Okay guys, so we have a lot of positivity for BTC if it comes to ETFs, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of positive inflows if it comes to ETFs for BTC. So the question is that global liquidity supply kind of a thing that everyone is talking about on internet going to come into fruition? Well, everything is actually pointing out towards that, right? Of course, ETFs that I've just shown to you are not determined of whether BTC is going to spike towards the upside or not, but this is going to be another area of confluence that is going to help me to jump into conclusion, right? But remember that this conclusion is not financial advice. Subscribe to the channel and all of the fancy jazz. My name is Luke, and let's get the party started for today, guys. So weekly time frame, I've got 10 weeks offset in here for BTC versus M2 Global Liquidity Index, right? So what we see, green color, is that we had the spike towards the upside for BTC from areas of 80k upwards of 84, whatever, right? And now looks like we might actually go towards the downside before we are going to see the spike towards the upside, right? So first of all, let me actually go towards the candles, right? Let me change BTC's price action towards candles. I believe that's going to be much easier now. And now guys, let me go to the daily time frame for BTC, right? Obviously the correlation is going to be different in here. I don't really like to look at it on a daily. I believe that weekly is much more valid, at least for me, right? So let's do quick TAs for BTC, right? Why do I think that we could see the drop and then actually a pump, right? Well, first of all, stochastic RSI is flipping bearish in here, right? We do have another area of support, which is a very strong area of support, which is 73k. Again, I am not saying that we are going to go into there, because we could, for example, grab liquidity in area of 77k before we are going to see the spike towards the upside, right? So we could see something like this, right? Let's say we are going to retest this level as a support, I mean BTC, and after that we are going to follow global liquidity that you have just seen. So that's the first thing. And also I believe that BTC is actually respecting Fibonacci retracements and extensions very clearly in here. So what do I mean by that, right? Let's actually go to very recent area where BTC was trading sideways for such a long time, and let me pull the candle, let's say from here, right? You do have to play out with this a little bit, but if I'm going to pull it to the swing high and pull it to the lowest point, right, we see that 1.618 Fibonacci retracement zone actually went in here, right, perfectly, right? Of course, people are drawing this a little bit different, right? You technically could do it from here, and then of course your 1.618 is going to change, right? Nonetheless, this was the first well, yellow or green candle in your case that initiated this pump, right? So I allowed myself to draw it from here, and we see that it actually respected it, right? So now the question is where we could identify the potential 1.618 for BTC. Well, we could draw Fibonacci from here, okay, to the recent high. Actually, all-time highs were here. That's why we have to play a little bit with this, right? But you see that 1.618 is roughly at 145k BTC. So the question is BTC going to see 145,000 with this next pump? Well, also remember about the fact that stochastic RSI is basically showing us strength. I mean, what do I say by strength? It doesn't mean that BTC is pumping now, but we have flipped bullish on stochastic RSI, which means that now we have much more fuel. I mean, BTC has much more fuel to go towards the upside, right? So that's the first area of confluence, right? Another area of confluence is obviously this thing that I have just shown to you. And also let's have a look at a little bit of on-chain data, right? Let me zoom this in, and as you can see on the left side, this is from March 25th until pretty much today, right? So guys, what we see is that retail slowed down if it comes to accumulation and purchases of BTC, and larger investor is actually accumulating BTC, right? So this is another area of confluence in here. And of course, the bullish things that are going in the government, I'm not going to bombard you with news, just pure technicals today. I believe that BTC will actually follow M2, and we potentially could see that 145k BTC with this next pump, right? We could also technically measure it if it comes to pumps, if it comes to percentage of these pumps, right? We got 72% last time, right? Then for instance from here, that was how many percentage gain? Let me just go back again, and now we got 64, right? So now let's just move this thing in, right? So that will be our 50, right, to levels of, let's say, 126, and to 1.618, that will be 70, right? Which according to the last two pumps is definitely not out of the question, that 70% pump, right? So I will stand here by my well, let's say thesis, not financial advice, of course, that BTC could see that rally towards 145k, and probably after that, well, obviously we'll have to reevaluate different things, right? Couple of things that I've found for you on X, guys. So Titan of Crypto is showing us that the Bitcoin is going to enter the parabolic curve, right? The 9A EMA continues to support price on the monthly chart, and MACD looks similar to June 2021, right before the major move to the upside towards all-time highs. BTC remains bullish until proven otherwise, right? So even if we are going to look from the standpoint of the parabolic curve, we haven't dipped below it, right? I know that many people are calling for the bear cycle and many people are crying, but at the end of the day, you have to remember that BTC and crypto is not getting rich overnight. You have to remember that there are also players, leverage players, market makers, whales, manipulators, you know, mafia, so on and so forth. And of course, you know, this, in my opinion at least, is kind of a blessing for us that we could accumulate BTC or other coins, right, at better levels, right? Because if there will be a stable coin, there will be no opportunity over there. I hope that you guys you know, understand that. And now another chart from the standpoint of monthly perspective and from the standpoint of broadening wedges, we can see that Bitcoin actually is, well, respecting these descending broadening wedges, and we can see now that we are retesting, right? And that also occurred previously, well, kind of ish with the first one. The second one, we had the proper retest, right? And at the moment we are retesting this level as a support. So guys, from the standpoint of technicals, I believe that things are looking very juicy. By the way, if you want to secure your crypto, BTC, Caspa, whatever that is, make sure that you check out Tangent Wallet. With Tangent Wallet, you can secure your crypto outside of exchanges on which, heck, anything might happen at this point, and you can also swap your crypto for USDT inside of the Tangent app, and there is no necessity of sending your crypto back to exchange. And with my discount code, you can get minus 10% off, and you can find the link below this video. Now guys, another area of confluence that's going to be regarding the short time frame. We are going to look at the liquidity levels and the heat map and situation of how many are there short traders versus long. So on a daily perspective, things are looking quite all right, okay? However, if I'm going to switch it to the 7 daily, right, we see that everybody is longing BTC, right? So we could see a little bit of a hiccup, right, based on that liquidity. Okay, so now considering the fact that stochastic RSI is still overheated on a daily for BTC, I could assume that BTC is going to drop to levels of 82,984. Let me just zoom this in, and as you can clearly see, ladies and gents, 82,984. Of course, it's not a guarantee, but I wouldn't be surprised if we would see a little bit of a scam wick, right? So let me actually draw a horizontal line. If BTC is going to drop there, this is not going to be very far away, right? Roughly this level. Just a quick liquidity grab, right? Because of course we need to have stochastic RSI kind of, you know, bottomed, right? So it can go towards the next, you know, move towards the upside, right? So guys, 2% for BTC, I don't think that this is a lot, right? So this is your short time frame price prediction. And if I'm going to zoom the heat map to the weekly time frame, we can see that we even have liquidity here at 80,000, right? So I wouldn't be surprised, guys, again, right, if we could see devastating wick that's going to happen very quick, and then we are going to gear up towards the upside, right? Because the liquidity is currently below us, right? Of course, we do have more liquidity above us, but I believe that this momentum will have to be built up, and more people will have to short, so there is more people to flush. Kind of you know, my way of thinking from the standpoint of a job of a market maker, right? Now guys, you've got this covered. I hope that this is quite clear and not really confusing. And now let's actually go to BTC's dominance, right? Because I know that many people are waiting for altcoin season. Well, on a daily time frame, we do have a cascading effect that's well, kind of cascading, right? But we do have a downward momentum, and now BTC looks quite good. I mean, BTC's dominance. So let's see in coming days, right? We need more white candles in my personal case. And now if it comes to USDT dominance, guys, check this out. This level is well, very strong level of a resistance for USDT dominance, right? On a daily, we see that we are basically going downwards, and also on a weekly time frame, guys, we see what's going on in here, right? We see that stochastic RSI is overheated, right? Then we got second, well, red candle in your case, in my white, right? We've got the second white candle, right, that is going towards the downside, right? So I believe that we could see some relief rally and potentially even BTC going towards 145k, right? But that of course is going to take some time, right? We are going to see short time frame hiccups. Guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this quick update. If you would like to see more BTC's updates, of course you know what to do. Peace and love, crypto.